Are you guys ready for the main attraction? Let me hear you make some noise for your headliner. Come on, he's in the house. You can get Gilbert Gottfried's CD, Dirty Jokes, available right after the show. He's here right now. You see him on national TV. He's been a huge name in the comedy world for decades. Put your hands together for Gilbert Gottfried. Here comes Gilbert.
That's our show for tonight. Came to see me, you saw me, get out. Wanted to see me here, take a good look. Okay, now you can go. Now if anyone says, do you see him? Yeah, I saw him. So you had a pretty good look at him? Yeah. So if you saw him again, you know in a second. Do me a favor, while I'm up here, it doesn't help if you look at me, eh? It just makes me more self-conscious. It's, this is a hard enough job to do, and if you're gonna look at me, it just makes, I don't show up at your job. No. You're sitting there. Look at you sitting there. Yeah, you're sitting there. Yeah, talking to you. That's when you really hate someone, when you point at them with your face. If you hate someone a little bit, you go, I hate that guy, but you really hate it. It's like, yeah. Yeah, that's right, I'm talking to you. Whenever I see that guy, my arms turn to useless appendages. I just lose all feeling in my arms. I hate that guy. Him. Now look, I don't want to be here any more than you do. Let me barrel through this so we can all get the hell out. I'm not even gonna do the whole jokes. I'll do the setups, and you can pretty much figure out what a joke is headed. Like, did this ever happen to you? Yeah, that happened. Hey, how many times? Oh, a lot, yeah. Hey, dogs and cats, they're both animals, yeah. Boy, men and women, they're different. Yeah, they're so different. They act different, men and women. Men have the remote control, and women, they buy shoes. Oh, they're so different. Then on the way home, you'll be, boy, you see. Boy, that dogs and cats. They're both animals. And men and women, did you know they were different? That's true. That's true. Well, you're a beautiful, beautiful dynamite crowd. You're a dynamite audience. And I mean dynamite in the literal sense of the word. It's something that can explode and cripple you for life. You're a dynamite. You're like an ice pick that's been heated up and shoved into the air type of crap. You're like a big black rusted crowbar embedded in the outside. And there's a midget jumping up and down. Up and down, up. It's like Billy Barty is at the other end. using it for a diving board. And while he's up there, Hervé Villachez walks by. And he goes, Hervé, come on up. And then the two are up there holding hands, jumping up. And then Gary Coleman. And they go, Gary. And at this point in Gary Coleman's career, jumping up and down a crowbar in someone's eye socket is a pretty hot offer. You know, a while ago he might have turned it down or something, but now it's like, you know, when's that job coming up again? So of course he goes, okay. Well, actually goes, okay. And then, so all of them, and then that short, disgusting woman with the squeaky voice from Poltergeist walks by. And they go, hey, short, disgusting woman with the squeaky voice from Poltergeist, come on up. And she climbs up, wearing a skirt. And you don't want to look up a midget skirt. You're just going to have to trust me on this one. You don't want to look up a midget skirt. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, who are you to tell me that I can't look up a midget skirt? Well, I wouldn't stop you. I just say, I look askance at that activity. If I caught you doing it, I would give you my askance look. I would go like... Because I feel very uncomfortable around midgets. I'm always scared one day I'm going to have to take a flight somewhere that's like 80 hours long, and the stewardess will go, oh, you sit right over there, right next to that midget. The one that's sitting on the phone book to look out the window. Then you gotta sit there and make midget conversation. Can I use you for a flotation device? Can I rest my lunch tray on your head? When we land, do I have to put you in an upright position? Midgets are just, you know, it's like Hervé Villachez. Hervé Villachez would have been disgusting enough if he was 6 feet tall. Instead, was 2 feet tall, bow-legged, and had a basketball for a head. It's like when they found out that show got canceled, it's like, what, we've been canceled? No chance of renewal, right? Hervé, get on up. Here, let's have a piece of this guy. And everybody's trying to run as fast as he can. It's like, here, see how much smaller my leg is? And everybody's running, the veins are popping out of his head. And it's like, look, taking my time. And everybody's running, the sweat pouring down. And it's like, look, I'm making brownies now. You know, but you know, I just want to say, this audience, I'd like to take each and every one of you and smear cheese on you. Not even a good cheese, tepid cheese. The kind of cheese you find only at parties. The kind of cheese where you didn't eat all day because you thought there'd be food at the party. You got the invitation, and then after that you were getting $1 million offers to go to lunch, and it's like, no, I'm going to a party later. There'll be so much food there. Well, will there be women at the party? No, there's no place for a woman to stay. It's just food. Well, will there be music? No, there's nowhere for sound waves to travel. It's wall to wall packed with food. Well, would you like an apple? No, it's too much food. I want my stomach empty when I go there. Well, how about if I take this raisin, cut it in half, I take a bite out of it, you just eat what's dangling on my thumbnail. No, I can't. And so then you wait till you're really dizzy from not eating, and you go to the party, and you walk in, and then you're desperate looking for food. And then finally you'll find like one little table with a wedge of cheese. And it's soft and orange on the inside and hard black wax. And you're never sure if you should eat the hard black wax. You know, you stand there and go, maybe I'll just eat the soft orange part and play with the hard black wax. Maybe slap it on a bookcase when no one's looking. But then you run the risk someone's gonna look at you and go, someone over there's eating the hard black wax. Don't look now. Just act like you're getting a drink. I think I'll get a hot tea. He's eating the hard black wax. Here, open your hand. Open your hand or I'll break it. Look, he has the hard black wax. Or you could eat the hard black wax. Then you run the risk everyone's gonna be looking going, he's eating the hard black wax. You know, I'd like to take now each and every one of you and squeeze you together into a nice soft and gooey paste. And then take you out when the Sunday news arrives and press on pictures of Dick Tracy. You know, and then let you fall behind the radiator with my dead turtle. Who's dead and there's nothing you can do about it. He's a dead turtle. He fell behind the radiator, he dried up and died. You know, he lost his moisture and died. And, you know, a turtle without moisture is nothing. Kierkegaard said that, I think. Because I got a turtle, I got him a tank with a little snap-in palm tree. Because God knows that palm tree's so important to a turtle. It's like that turtle goes, oh my God, I'm in Hawaii. I fell asleep in the pet store and woke up in Honolulu. And then there's that little staircase that leads up to the palm tree, because God knows staircases are so important to turtles. You know, and you know, if you go in any pond, you'll see turtles with tool belts building staircases. One time I got a turtle, I got him a tank without a staircase, and he stayed up the whole night going, damn you! Damn you! And turtles don't have knuckles, so for them to make them... If a turtle ever is shaking a fish at you, you just better make a run for it. Because for a little amphibious creature without knuckles to make a fish. But you know, he was always trying to climb out of the tank. I don't know why. I don't know where a turtle's in a hurry to get to. I don't know where there's a party going on and people are going, gee, when's that turtle getting here? But he fell behind and he lost his moisture and died behind the radiator. And you can't put your hand under there because it's disgusting. You try with a broom and you're just knocking it from side to side. Like playing pool with a dead turtle. You know, Gilbert Gottfried is just my stage name. I usually don't give my real name, but my actual born name is Money Hungry Christ Killer. Which I was always proud of. I had to change it for show business. Because I'd walk into an agent's office and they go, so, what's your name, kid? And I go, Money Hungry Christ Killer. And they'd always say the same thing. Too Jewish. After the show tonight, I think I'll head over to McDonald's and sue them. One woman sued McDonald's and won a few $1 million because her coffee was too hot. I figure if McDonald's lawyers are that bad, no one should have to work for a living. I figure whenever you need money, you should walk into McDonald's and go, you know, I ordered a Coke and found ice floating in it. Here's our checkbook. Write any amount you want. We don't want this to get around. And I like those playgrounds they have at McDonald's. They have a slide that's like a foot long. You know, you get on that slide, your feet are already on the ground. I hate the Amish people. I've always hated the Amish people. They're just too smug. You know, they don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't have sex, and they don't have phones. Of course they don't have phones. There's nothing for them to talk about. You don't drink or have sex. Who are you in a big hurry to brag to? I guess what? I didn't have sex at all last night. You wild man. There were women I didn't even look at them. You animal. And I left that party, I was totally sober. I could have driven home. Like, I want to know how the Amish people plan their days. So, what do you want to do tomorrow? Gee, I don't know, let's stand by the roadside and frown. Don't get up at 4 in the morning and then just stand there going. Because they don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't have sex, they don't have parties, they don't do anything. Unless, of course, Harrison Ford stops over. Harrison Ford comes over there, entire culture flies out the window. Harrison Ford has a, you know, it's like he shows up and it's Harrison Ford, let's have an orgy. Harrison Ford's here, let's get drunk and run around town naked. Like Harrison Ford has that effect on people. Harrison Ford could show up in India and after 5 minutes they go, it's Harrison Ford, let's kill a cow. I always hated those cows anyway. We're starving to death and there are cows walking around. And let's get these damn ducks off our heads. Like having a big red zit. How'd you get that zit? Do you eat a lot of chocolate? I don't eat anything. I don't know, everybody else had that night. Like, you know, somebody showed up in India a few thousand years ago and said, hey, watch this. I've been taking a self-defense course. A lot of my friends say when you're mugged in real life, it's nothing like your self-defense course. Well, last night I was walking home late and two muggers jumped me and said, okay, we want you to place most of your weight on your right leg. Now, we'll be coming at you like this. Now, grab hold of my wrist. We'll do this a few times. They even put a mat down on the ground. It was an amazing thing. You know, sometimes I wish I could lose my temper the way Charlton Heston did in Planet of the Apes. There's that one scene where the apes lift him up in a net, and he goes, get your paws off me, you damn dirty apes. Like, up until then, everything was fine. You know, they're shooting at him, all right, they do things different here. They're chasing him on horseback. Who am I to tell them how to run their planet? But when they lifted him in the net, that was it. That's pushing it over the edge. And it's like the monkeys knew they did something wrong. Because they're standing there going, see, I told you don't throw the net on him. He's been cutting us a lot of slack, and you gotta throw a net on him. I'm only a chimpanzee, don't ask me. And it's like, back then when you saw that movie, everyone was amazed at the special effects. Now you look at it, and it's these monkey heads with big rubber monkey mouths. Where like the monkey would talk, and in the middle of what he was saying, the mouth would go. He'd be giving a long, dramatic speech, and in the middle of it. And then sometimes two monkeys would be talking, and the other monkey would go. Or a monkey would talk, and way in the back, a monkey would be there going. And you had to ignore the fact that when it opened its mouth, there was another mouth underneath. Like, please ignore this mouth. Only look at the rubber monkey mouth. We thank you for your kind indulgence. Then you watch, you go, yes, monkeys do have two mouths. The outer mouth is for eating soup. And the inner mouth is for nuts and legumes. They're very big legume eaters, those monkeys. If you're ever chased by a monkey, toss them a legume. And they had that red-haired orangutan with the English accent that was their leader. They never explained that there's no England in the picture. How did he get that accent? Why the other monkeys wouldn't be going, why is he talking like that? None of us sound that way. Why does he gotta? But monkeys are very impressed with English accents. You go to the zoo and pass by the monkey house and yell, by Jove, and all the monkeys will look. Our leader is here. Reverend Jim Jones was a wacky guy. Sometimes me and the Reverend Jim Jones would walk along the beach of South Guyana together. One time he turned to me and said, I'll bet you I can get everybody in the asylum to commit suicide. I said, get out of here. He said, no, I can make them all drink poison and die. I said, Jimmy, Jimbo, Jimmy boy. He said, no, I said, all right, $5. Boy, was my face red. I got up the next morning, saw piles of dead bodies. I thought, this is like taking $5 and tossing it out the window. My old-time favorite cult, though, was the Hale-Bopp Comet cult. That was where the Hale-Bopp Comet was going to be passing over the Earth. And you join this cult, and it's like 500 people die in this. They join it, they give up all their money and earthly belongings, then they're castrated, and then they drink poison and die with the hope that the aliens will take you to another galaxy. So 500 people died. Don't you think at least one of them would have said, excuse me, can you run that by me again? No, I give you my money, I'm castrated, and then Martians take... No, it sounds great, don't get me wrong. I'm just wondering if I missed a part. Like, do you throw in a clock radio? You know, last night I was having dinner with Charles Manson. In the middle of dinner, he turned to me and said, "Is it hot in here or am I crazy?" Charles Manson killed a whole house full of people because of a Beatles song that no one knows the words to. You'd think, like, out of all the songs the Beatles had, he had to pick Helter Skelter. You know, you pick Yellow Submarine, it's catchy. You know, that way, why did you kill those people? Because of Yellow Submarine. People go, oh, wait a second. Oh, yeah. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's catchy. Then he kills those people, and they go, why did you kill them? He goes, because of the words to Helter Skelter. And the entire courtroom looks at him and goes, what album is that on? And Manson's starting to sweat, going, Abbey Road. No, I have it at home. It's not on. And the judge is saying, going, why couldn't you pick a hit song? You might as well pick something by Gary fucking the Union Jack. Pick something by Barry Manilow. Then you'd have a reason to kill someone. They once wrote a book about Charles Manson that they called Helter Skelter. The reason they called it Helter Skelter is because legally they couldn't call it Charles in Charge. Which is a shame, because that's much closer to how it happened. When Manson was planning those murders, at any given time, Willie Ames would run it. Oi, Charles, we have a date with 2 Swedish stewardesses. And mayhem would ensue, as so often does when Willie Ames shows up. Now, if Willie Ames is going to be there, you know mayhem will ensue. Will it ensue? Yes. You know, when I was at life's lowest ebb, and I felt like no one would ever love or accept me, I checked into a motel room in the middle of nowhere, and I was about to end it all, when all of a sudden there was a light in the room, and I looked up, and Christ was standing over me like this. And I looked up at him, and he looked down at me, and finally he spoke and said, Gilbert, am I fat? I said, I don't know. Turn around. To me, you lost weight. And I said to him, Jesus, and he went, please, Jeez. He likes to be called Jeez. His friends all call him Jeez. On his license plate is a bunch of G's in a row. That's where you stop behind me, go G, 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 oh, Jeez. I don't know who Christ has on his dashboard. For a while it was a little Smurf, but that really looked bad up there. So I said to him, Jeez, Jeezy boy, I feel like no one will ever accept me. And Jesus looked at me and said, you know what my feeling is? Accept me or go to hell. Then he grabbed my head, gave me some cookies. And as he was walking out, he said, you know, I might not be back for another billion years. You want me to do anything? I can end war. And I said, no, you're a guest. Get out of here. Well, at least can I cure diseases? No, just go. And take a piece of cake with you. Because I won't be able to eat that cake. Take some cake. I can't eat all that cake. It's just gonna go bad. Take a piece of cake. But I'll wrap up the piece. I won't eat that one. Would you please unspool my slides? That's true. Now let's turn to the Old Testament. If you have the Old Testament at home, if you flip the corner pages, you can see Jesus riding a horse. And you can make him go backwards. And on the other side, there's a fat lady with a hula hoop. And back then, everyone thought the fat lady with the hula hoop would become famous. Nobody thought Jesus was going anywhere. Had the fat lady with the hula hoop gotten better management, today you'd wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, stub your toe and go, ah, fat lady with a hula hoop. Gentlemen of the jury, I bring up my next witness. You swear to a fat lady with a hula hoop. Well, he must be telling the truth. He swore to a fat lady with a hula hoop. Oh, the audience sat there and waited. The days turned into weeks. Humphrey Bogart in the post office. Damn. Humphrey Bogart buying a cute stuffed animal. Nobody. Bela Lugosi, when he asks for 1,000 Islands dressing and you say you only have creamy Italian, will that be okay?
Yeah.
Bela Lugosi interested in what someone's telling him.
Oh, dear.
Bela Lugosi pretending to be interested.
Ah.
Bela Lugosi when he's not wearing a watch and you ask him what time it is. And Bela Lugosi when he's been telling you a long, drawn-out story and he stops in the middle of it to ask if you know who he's talking about and you say no.
Oh, anyway.
Lou Costello as Citizen Kane. Chico Marx in A View from the Bridge. This is some nice bridge, eh? Chico Marx in 12 Angry Men. Oh, sure, he's a plenty guilty. Chico Marx in Psycho. Oh, sure, we got plenty of those. Christopher Walken, when you ask him what he likes most about Christmas. Oh. Christopher Walken, when you ask him who his favorite stooge is. Oh. Christopher Walken trying to sound black. No. Jay Leno as Godzilla. You know, just once I'd like to hear a black person say, "Today I got on the elevator, there was a Jew standing there. I got so scared." I got on the elevator, the door's closed, I see a Jew there. I don't even think he lived in the building. I figure whatever he asks for, just give him. Not worth risking your life for. Well, you are very lucky. Never something bad happens to you. You are so lucky. You know, sometimes I like to go clothes shopping with Callista Flockhart. Whenever she puts on a new outfit, she always goes, "Does this dress make my spinal cord look big?" Finally, I took her to the doctor for a checkup. They don't actually x-ray her. The nurse stands behind her with a flashlight. Last time they said, "We're a little concerned. We found a suspicious lump." Then they said, "Oh, it's okay, she swallowed an aspirin." First time I met Callista Flockhart, I was in a restaurant. She had something stuck in her teeth. So I walked over to her and I said, "Toothpick?" And she said, "Jew!" That night I had sex with her. It was like threading a needle. Literally was, because I go like when you thread a needle, it's important to make the ugliest face possible for it to work. A cannibal from every old jungle film. Every toy wind-up monkey. Mickey Mouse on acid. Oh God, I'm freaking out! A Polish cymbal player. Davy Jones from the Monkees.
I got you. His wife sucked.
Oh, he's got tape. This guy's good. What's he gonna do with that tape? Maybe he'll keep his mouth shut. He can only pray. Damn it, he missed. Out, shut, we can glue his nostrils together. Then they'll try to talk and his head will explode. I'd walk a million miles. Oh, one of your smiles, my man. Let's talk about fried chicken. This is the end of your last garden. Rode off the red-nosed reindeer by the very tiny nose. And if you ever saw Budgies! We don't need no stinking budgies! I've got you, babe.
Well, you're a lovely couple, but now it's time to play You Got Your Line. Now, the answer was Winston Churchill, and you said Stapleton. You should have known. No, the answer was George Washington, and you said liquid paper. You should have known.
Oh,
I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody.
Microphones go off to war. Today you are a microphone. As we look upon the world today, where is the microphone's place in our society? Is it unto her as her to him, as him to her, as she to as they to him, as I to her? I am the eggman. Join in if you know the word. The dog from the Little Rascals. Oh, he's got a napkin. This guy's good. Oh, look, he's ripping it. Look how evenly he rips. Oh, you know, he does it without scissors. He doesn't have no, look at his hands. Oh, he's good. Excuse me, I just came in. Did he rip a lot so far? 2, maybe 3 strips the most. Gee, I hate to miss the beginning. All right, now he's ripping too much. Honey, get your coat. Get your coat, I'll pull the car out. I won't even start the car, I'll just pull it around. Waiting for your luggage at the airport. Is there a blue Samsonite in there? I've been waiting an hour. Whenever you're waiting for your luggage at the airport, there's usually about 50 suitcases that come down ahead of yours that have masking tape and a belt wrapped around them. Like if someone's gonna break into your luggage, that'll be a real deterrent. Like, oh, he's got masking tape. We might have to blast it open. And even if you do blast off the masking tape, how do you open up a belt? Oh, that guy's really taking a bite out of crime. A squeak. That's a good squeak. Some people nowadays don't do good squids. A squid lying on the beach. A squid dressed as Dracula. I do a lot of squid jokes. Some people you go to, they do 1 or 2 squid jokes and that's it. But boy, that catches up with you. I saw Lawrence Henderson live. 5.5 hours of squid man. A squid on Halloween. Trick or treat, want some candy? I want plankton. Romantic love songs from the Elephant Man. It's impossible. I love baby, not surprising. That's impossible. You don't send me flowers. You don't see me of snow anymore. Really, nothing more than feeling. Eat, I need to do, I need to do, I need to do. Sitting on a park bench. Get physical. I wanna get physical. Let's get into physical. Let me hear your body talk. Body talk, let me hear your body talk. Let's get animal. I want to get animal. Boy, am I thirsty. Jews have to announce everything. You can't keep any thought to yourself. It's like, boy, I'm so thirsty. I think I'll have some more water. Very refreshing. I'm gonna put the cap back on. I don't want to make it too tight because then it's hard to open. I'm putting it back over there. Yeah, I'm gonna rip the label here so you'll know that one's mine. Jews have to make announcements. You could take a Jew and put him in the middle of the desert with no one around for miles, and he'd stand there the whole time going, gee, it's hot here. Look at all this sand. Jews have to make announcements, which is why Jews generally don't make good soldiers. We're hiding behind the bushes. We're planning a sneak attack. That's true. Jerry Seinfeld as Hamlet.
To be or not to be? I don't know if I should be or not.
David Brenner as Hamlet. David Brenner talking to Bill Cosby. And then the thing was and he's walking through the house. And then he has the big individual. And then he puts on the leader. man and a singles ball. Hi, do I come here often? Doctor, I've been having some trouble with my stool. Bob Dylan talking to Floyd the Barber from the old Andy Griffith Show. Hello, hello. Hello, Bob. Hey, you. Would you give me a hand? Good night. Right away. Will you trim this hand? Oh, in a second. You know, I'm self-employed. Ever since I became self-employed, I can honestly say my boss is a no-good Jew bastard. I like when people make a bigoted remark, but they get the character traits mixed up. Like, when they go, oh, those goddamn Italians, they're always trying to Jew you out of your money. I like when someone makes an anti-Semitic comment and tries to get out by going, hey, I didn't mean it that way. I know several cheap, hook-nosed Irish people, too. Yosemite Sam, when he's been chasing Bugs Bunny, and he runs off the edge of a cliff, and he's standing in midair, laughing triumphantly, until he realizes he's standing in midair about to fall. Hee hoo ha hee. Bob Dylan, when he's been chasing Bugs Bunny, and he chases him off the edge of a cliff, and he's standing in midair, laughing triumphantly, until he realizes he's standing in midair, about to fall. Hee hee. Now I'd like to do some jokes on my dirty joke. Yeah! Available after the show. Oh, where? Somewhere. They didn't tell me where to stand. A man goes to a doctor. He says, doctor, I don't know if my wife has TB or VD. The doctor says, chase her on the bed. If she coughs, fuck her. A man goes to the doctor for a checkup. The doctor says, I've got bad news for you. You've got cancer and you've got Alzheimer's. He goes, thank God I don't have cancer. A man has the words, I love you, tattooed to his dick. He goes home to his wife. His wife says, stop trying to put words in my mouth. An old Jew is walking through the woods. He finds a lamp. He rubs the lamp. A genie pops out. The genie says, I'll grant you one wish. So the old Jew takes out a crumpled up map. He says, you see this part of the world? It's called the Middle East. There's been nothing but war and bloodshed there for centuries. I wish that you could bring peace to that part of the world. The genie says, even with all my power, I'm helpless. Can I grant you a different wish? And the old Jew says, I've been married to the same Jewish woman for over 50 years. Never once has she given me a blowjob. Could you get her once before I die to give me one blowjob? And the genie says, can I have another look at that map? It's a guy's first day in prison. He's crying, he's scared. An older convict walks over. He goes, kid, prison life isn't so bad. He goes, it's not. Nah, it's not. He goes, let me ask you something. Do you like Italian food? Yeah, I like Italian. Every Monday, we cook a big Italian dinner. And do you like baseball? He goes, I love baseball. Every Tuesday, we have a big baseball game. And you like movies? He goes, I love movies. Every Wednesday in the auditorium, first run movies. And, let me ask you one more thing. Are you a homosexual? And he goes, no. And he goes, ooh, you're not gonna like Thursday. A man walks into his son's room. He goes, son, you keep masturbating, you're gonna go blind. The son goes, I'm over here, Dad. An old Jew goes to confession. He says, forgive me, Father, I've sinned. I was working in my tailor shop. A young girl walked in, and she takes me into the dressing room, and we're fucking and sucking for 3 hours. The priest goes, but you're Jewish. What are you telling me? And he goes, telling you? I'm telling everybody. A woman's in a gynecologist's office. The gynecologist goes, what a hole, what a hole. She goes, you didn't have to say it twice. She goes, it was an echo. A bear and a rabbit are taking a shit in the woods. This is a cute one. The bear turns to the rabbit. He goes, you have trouble with shit sticking to your fur? The rabbit goes, no. So the bear wipes his ass with the rabbit. That's one you can tell your kids. A man walks over to his wife. He hands her 2 aspirins and a glass of water. She says, what's this for? I don't have a headache. He goes, good, let's fuck. A man's walking along the beach. There's an armless, legless girl lying there crying. He says, what are you crying about? She goes, I'm crying because in my whole life, I've never been kissed. So he kneels down and kisses her. He's walking away. Then she's crying twice as hard. He goes, what are you crying about now? She goes, I'm crying because in my whole life, I've never been fucked. So he picks her up, tosses her in the ocean, goes, you fucked now. An Italian goes to a doctor. The doctor subscribes suppositories for him. He comes back the next week. He goes, these suppositories just aren't working for me. The doctor says, are you sure you're using them the right way? He goes, yeah, I'm using them the right way. What do you think I'm doing? Shoving them up my ass? A man gets a call that his wife was in a horrible car accident. He rushes to the hospital. The doctor comes out. He goes, I've got bad news. Your wife will be crippled for life. You're going to have to feed her and take care of her, and your insurance won't take care of it. And she'll live a long time, but she won't be able to talk or move or anything. You'll have to clean her because she has no control over her bladder or bowels. And the man breaks down crying. He goes, this is horrible. And the doctor says, take it easy. I'm just fucking with you. She's dead. A man goes into the bank. He goes up to this old woman teller behind the desk. He goes, yeah, want to open a fucking bank account. She says, what did you say? He said, I want to open a fucking bank account. She said, you better watch your language or I'll get the manager. He goes, get the manager. I want to open a fucking bank account. So she goes over and gets the manager. The manager storms over. He goes, what seems to be the trouble here, sir? And he said, the trouble is, I want to open a fucking bank account for $800,000. And the bank manager goes, oh, and is this cunt giving you a hard time? Two missionaries get caught by a primitive tribe. While they're caught, the head missionary, the head of the tribe goes, you have been trespassing on our land. You have a choice, either death or Ugu. And he goes, I choose Ugu. So they said, Ugu it is. And they rip his clothes off and they start fucking him for the next 3 hours. And they're fucking turning him upside down in the front, in the back, and it goes on till early morning hours. Then they go to the other missionary and he goes, what would you choose, death or Ugu? And he goes, I choose